Josh Norman. I'm a current 2L here at the University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law, and I'm an Army veteran. I spent 3 years in the Army, and part of that was in Afghanistan, and now I'm back. I'm able to use my GI Bill to attend law school here, which has been incredible, and I really enjoy being here.
And I'm Kelly Reeves. I'm also a 2L student here at Brandeis and chose Louisville specifically for the camaraderie. I've really enjoyed my experience here. I'm a veteran also. I served in the Army National Guard 1 year in Iraq and 1 year in Bosnia. And we just want to tell you a little bit about our organization that we established here today and a little bit about the Jeremy Woodruff Memorial Scholarship Fund. Josh, talk a little bit about how the Veterans Advocacy Organization got started.
Great. We have the Veterans Advocacy Organization here, and what we really found out whenever we started school, and especially Jeremy Woodruff was the main driving person to all of this, that there's a lot of veterans that are here, and what better than to bring veterans back together. As a veteran, you can sit back in a class and you can look and see, wow, I think that guy was in the military, I think that lady was in the military. You can kind of get a feel, and then we're bringing everyone together and creating that camaraderie that Kelly spoke about and bringing the group together. And we have a lot of different goals and missions, and we'll probably get to that here in a little bit, but really it's that networking and the camaraderie to bring everybody together and to just carry on essentially what we did in the military without having to have guns around and other things like that. I mean, it's a different environment, and we're using our tools that we learned and we're just applying them in the same kind of manner, really.
And supporting each other and establishing a network of attorneys and judges within the Louisville legal community who also want to be involved, want to support the veterans not only within the school, but in aspects of helping them with any legal issues that they may be facing within the community. So it's a twofold thing.
So our latest community involvement projects, the main one we're really excited about is Hero Talks. And what we're doing, we're making a link with Youth Build here in Louisville. And what they're doing is they take, generally it's kids roughly, I think 16, 18 to 21 years old, I believe is what it is. And they may not have graduated high school. They may have had issues come up. They may sometimes not have a home right now. And what we're finding is a lot of them have had traumatic issues or things they've seen. They've seen their friends being shot. They've seen just things happen in front of them that they will live with forever. And so that PTSD essentially, which is different from what we experienced in the military, but it's the same. And what we're wanting to do with this group is take what we've learned and how we deal with some of our issues that have happened out of just our lives in general too, but also we've had a lot of compounded things being in overseas and things may have happened. And so we're going to benefit from talking with these students, because once you're open about it and you talk more and you get more experience, it's better. And then two, these students are going to learn they can continue on. They don't have to be stuck where they're at. Even though bad things have happened and they've had these issues and these things are always going to be on their minds, you can work through it and deal with that. And then the second thing to that is creating a mentorship, especially with the students that want to go into the military after they get finished with the program there, and just mentoring them and having a constant in their lives where they've never had constants before. And so therefore, mentoring and just speaking and doing the traumatic, just working with the students, I think will be just a great opportunity, and it'll be rewarding for all of us, really.
Absolutely. We were fortunate to have our first year student, Carlos Hernandez Ocampo, that did the research and found that there are connections between veterans who help young people that suffer traumatic events, suffer PTSD, and the veterans themselves that suffer PTSD, and the healing process that can take place by connecting the two. So we're really excited about moving this project forward.
So I know that you've been working with Admiral Franklin's office, I believe.
Yes.
How did you get that, and did the Veterans Organization have something to do with that?
A huge contributor to the connections that I've made while in law school has been the Veterans Advocacy Organization. We started by hosting a few networking events, reaching out to people within the community who would say, oh, have you met Mike Cronin or Admiral Price or Colonel Truman, and all of these figures within the law community who are Brandeis graduates, who want to be involved. And that's how I was introduced to Admiral Franklin, and it led to my first clerkship over last summer, at the end of my 1L year. And it also led to a clerkship for a current 1L student who's also going to be working in that office. And those opportunities have presented themselves repeatedly since we began this group.
Kelly, you were real close to Jeremy when this whole thing got started. Can you tell us more about Jeremy and more of just who he was and why he did what he was doing?
Sure. I mean, as you know, Jeremy was one of those guys that from the moment he walked into the room, you knew he was a Marine. He had served in the Marine Corps as a gunnery sergeant with tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Philippines. And when he made the decision to go to law school, he stayed in the Marine Corps Reserves and was assigned to a unit in Virginia and would travel and make his drill obligations and training obligations there while still participating in law school here and knocking it out of the park. I mean, Jeremy was one of those guys that wasn't intimidated by anything. While the rest of us were kind of shying away, in class from being on call our first semester, he never hesitated. We unfortunately suffered this tragic loss in September of last year when Jeremy was involved in a motorcycle accident. And as awful as it was for his family, friends, and everyone to suffer through that, it also united us as a student body. I have been so fortunate to have been given money towards my time here at Brandeis from the William Marshall Bullitt Endowment, which has helped me greatly financially through this process. William Marshall Bullitt was a Louisvillian. He graduated from Brandeis, and he was also appointed by President Taft to be Solicitor General. So that is not only humbling but inspiring, and encourages me to want to take this JD and do something great with it. And I sincerely appreciate the help. Jeremy's Memorial Scholarship Fund could do the same for other veterans. Jeremy started on a mission here to help veterans succeed, not just in law school, but outside in our community. And to have that money to support these students achieve that goal is huge. I think there's a misconception at times that veterans have the money that they need to get through school through the Department of Veteran Affairs, and that's not the case. We are obviously given funding, but it is accumulative to 36 months of use. So the vast majority of the students that are coming into law school use those funds to achieve their undergraduate degree. So once you get to law school, that funding stops and the need is still there, especially when you're trying to pursue something that we all know is costly and can be burdensome, like a JD. We want to get there, we want to do it, and these scholarship funds help us greatly in doing so. We just want to take this opportunity to thank Admiral Larry Franklin and his wife Judy for their generosity in hosting this event this evening. It is greatly appreciated, and we know a lot of the folks that are here tonight are here because of their warmth and generosity in hosting this event. So thank you very much.
And I'd like to thank everyone that's donating to the scholarship fund tonight. I think this is going to go and pay itself forward very well, especially with other veteran attorneys that are coming to this school. And again, thank you all for coming, the attorneys that are here tonight, the judges that are here tonight, the students, the faculty, and the staff. You guys are a big supporter, and we appreciate all of the support that we've had from you in the past.
Thank you.
Thank you.